mo ti sá lórí Facebook again kàn dira wọn mú Olúèké, how are you? Ìyábọ̀ Ìdí Àtà, how are you gèrè my sister? Ṣàlàáfíà la wà gbogbo wa. My darling Aunty Bọ́lá, Aunty B, ọmọlẹ̀ mọ́ǹpì, Kẹ́mi ọmọ mi, how are you? Mo tún ti rórúkọ kan tí mo like, ọmọ mi à. Benji Okafor, good afternoon. Tèmi Tọ́pẹ́ mi. Tọ́pẹ́, hey, how are you? Kuburat Farm. Ọmọláyọ̀ Dúró Tóyè, I see you. This is our song now. Kids Love, how are you? You're always the first to enter, Kids Love. But you are second today after Touch Wealth. Ayobamishi, how are you? Morayo Pasheda, how are you? Afolami, good afternoon. Ó má dẹ̀ ti pẹ́, télọ̀ mi ló ṣe. Màá bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ tán. Ó dẹ̀ ti pẹ́ o, mo kàn tiẹ̀ rántí ẹ̀ lénìí. Ìrántí yọ kíni. Okay, you live in Oregon. How are you guys doing? Sean Bobu. Mo ti sá lórí Facebook. Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún party bẹ̀rẹ̀. Kàn join wa. Tọ́n bá dẹ̀ join wa àwọn náà mọ̀. Mo sá lórí Facebook wọlé ni. Ẹ má bínú o, I might be sneezing in between. My allergy is back. How are you guys doing? Ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún ọ̀pá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí Facebook, kan join. Màá kọ́ọ̀tì díẹ̀, màá bá wọn gbé síta later, wọ́n wá wò lókun bí. Mo fẹ́ sinmi Facebook yẹn for now. Share. I know I said I will not come out. It's because I have time. I thought what I was going to do today I didn't know how it was going to go, you know. So that was why I said it's not likely you see me. Sorry, my allergy is back. I'm trying so hard. Mo ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ lógún ẹ̀. Mi dẹ̀ ní sweet. Ṣé mo ní sweet? Ṣé àwọn sweet mi yìí kún bí? I'm itching so bad. Ababi John, Awo Alata, don't mind me, Jere. I wasn't supposed to come out. Because I was Cherry. Mo lọ fún procedure kan. So mi àti mi mọ̀ bó ṣe máa rí. Yeah. Yeah. So, do you have garlic or ginger? Okay, ó máa help. Mo ní ginger ńlé. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè kan kí n pọ ọmọ yín tó wà ńlé tó ṣiṣẹ́ ńlé lénìí bóyá ó lè bá mi sáré cut díẹ̀ wá. Ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀sìn nǹkan tí máa ṣe throughout lélẹ̀. Ó dẹ̀ ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. Itchy me so bad. What's happening? Stop from your end. You mean the show? What's going on? Ṣé ẹ gbọ́ mi mọ́ ni? The live stopped and restarted again. No, I did not. I did not. So I didn't. You can see the way I was sitting. My hand was even free. I didn't touch anything. So it stopped and started again. Kí wá ló lè fà? Ẹni ṣebí we are back. Ẹ jẹ́ n pọ ọmọ kan tí ẹ kọ́kọ́ bá mi mú ginger yẹn. Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó ti sùn. Ẹ jẹ́ n pè. Tó bá dẹ̀ ti sùn. Bóyá màá sáré lọ sísàlẹ̀ fúnra mi. Maybe network. I didn't touch it. Wow. Èmi ò dẹ̀ notice o. Ó ti ń sùn. Okay, má ṣe. Mo ní allergy, mo dẹ̀ ti wà on live. Mo fẹ́ ní kó bá mi cut ginger díẹ̀ wá kí n jù sẹ́nu. Ó ṣé ọkọ mi. Ó ṣé. Anyways, fàájì la wá ṣe nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí o. Lọ́sàn-án yàbí láàárọ̀ yìí. Ọ̀sán ni a ti wà lọ́sàn. So good afternoon everybody. Ẹ káàsán, ẹ káàbọ̀. Ṣàlàáfíà la wà. I know I said I was not going to come out. But I went for a procedure and I thought, I didn't know how everything was going to go. But it went fast and not only fast. I was told not to go to anywhere today by my doctor. So, I'm ashamed. So I was told not to do anything today by my doctor. So, not now. So instead of just sitting, if I sleep now, I won't be able to sleep in the evening. Mo were very restless. I won't be able to sleep. If I sleep now, I won't sleep in the night. And I don't like not sleeping in the night. Cranky. So good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Who is Papi John? Could that be Awa Alata? Awa Alata niyen, I want Papi John. I want to find me see TikTok. I said, I'm not coming to that your TikTok. That TikTok. I love American mothers. If Nigerian mothers, they will shout on their children, bring me the ginger, but America will beg to bring her. Courtesy. They deserve respect too. They deserve respect too. No matter how young they are, even though me know tetemo, I won't lie. But I've always used that word. Please, thank you. And I learned it. I got it from their school. The school they were going to. One man called 3 magical words. Please, thank you. And there's another one. I can't remember the third one. So there is a song. They used to use it to sing in their school. So that, program my mind. So, since then, if I have to ask them to do anything, I am sorry. Thank you. Please, thank you. I'm sorry. Those 3 words. Yes. They are called magical words. They are called magical words. And actually, they are magical words. Everyone deserves respect irrespective of who they are. And honestly, I was telling my daughter now, because she was the one that came to pick me at the doctor. I said, what I went to do, they made it so easy, so comfortable, and I said, the way they treat you with dignity and everything is so different. I was pampered. I was treated like a queen. Are you okay? This and that. Do you want me to get you more blankets? Are you comfortable? Are you shaking it? Are you shaking it? Don't fi ṣe nǹkan tó máa ṣe tán mi ò tiẹ̀ mọ̀. Ká ní Naija ni. Àwọn staff, they will be rude to you. On top of your money. On top of your money. Anyway, ẹni mo kó àìgbàgbé Michael Abiodun oríta fi ṣèwé òkúrò ń bẹ̀. Good evening, guys. Good evening, and thank you for joining me. I welcome you. My name is I am Auntie Aduni. My name is Aduni, and I'm called Auntie Aduni. If you are just getting to see my face, thank you for my subscribers. I think we are over 37. We are really growing on YouTube, and I want to say thank you for everyone, both my family on this channel. Yes, we've become families, and my new subscribers. Thank you for what we do on this channel. I get good positive feedback, and that is one of the things that keeps inspiring me. I get a lot of lovely feedbacks. People will call me, people will text me and say, Auntie, the fear of lawsuit is the beginning of sense in US. Maybe you might be right there. Anyway, so I get a lot of positive feedbacks for what we are doing, and I want to say thank you, guys. You made it so. You are the really MVP on this page. Now, we've been talking about domestic violence. Please, I'm going to mix this show with Yoruba. You know why? I'm talking to all these Eleha people now, and I would love to cut a part out of the video to put on Facebook for them when I'm done. I purposely don't want to do Facebook for now, because Facebook, that property man issue that I treated, they flagged my page again. So I need to mellow down on that page for now. Reduce activities so it can reset back. So I want to reduce activities on Facebook for now. So please catch me up on YouTube again for now. For now, it's YouTube. My videos are going to be on YouTube. Maybe just little clip, I'll put it there. If you want to watch the full one, you come. So let's quickly do so that we don't stay too long. It's about this our Eleha people. In fact, today I learned something new in Muslim. Even though I came from Muslim background, like I always tell you guys that I was born and bred. I was born by Muslim parents, okay? And I know my earliest age, we were asked to go to Ile Kewu. We used to go to an Islamic school. They call it Ile Kewu in Yoruba, Islamic school, to learn Arabic then. So, and I can still remember some of the Arabic we learned. Alif, Atia, Ba, Be, Bu. I can't remember, at least. And I can still remember some ayah, like Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin, Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdinas siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ami, kineka. Now that one I no can remember again, because I was very young then. I was very, very young. Maybe around when I was like between 4 and before I was 9 years old, anyway. So can you recite Sebi? Which one is Sebi? No, Surah to Ikhlas. I can only remember very little, Fatiha, because they sing that, they use that Fatiha. Fatiha, is it Fatiha or Fatiha? They use it very well. So any Muslim gathering, they use it. That's why I can still remember that one. I think that's the only one I can remember vividly out of them. But today, I learned something new in Islam. If you are a Muslim here, Efarabale, Oto ni koma sa ohun. Okay? The truth has to be told. I learned today when I saw this ẹ ṣáà fẹ́ háàkì fóònù mi, orí yín burú, ẹ jẹ́ n block èèyàn kan lórí fóònù. Wọ́n fẹ́ háàkì nọ́mbà mi yìí. They've been trying to hack this my number for so long. Josephine, thank you. You're welcome. I'm hugging you. Thank you for joining us here. Don't worry, you're going to have fun here. But if you love your pastor, you're not like me. Let me just warn you ahead. If you love your GO, and if you touch your GO one of these days, even though I've slowed down on pastor talk, Anthony Kekabo. Please, as you come in, kindly help us to click on the like button so that we can continue and we can have more views and more people can join us. So, I want to talk on this accept link. Mo ń já wọn dànù, mo ń block wọn ni, accept link. Let's talk on this Muslim clerics. Apparently, you would think, like people are saying, that marrying many more wives help to calm down men, that there will not be domestic violence. But I'm seeing something new today, which is worth talking about. Domestic violence, as you know, is one of the passion we talk on this show. Anything that has got to do with family, we are interested in it. And we talk on it. So I saw this video of this Eleha. Eleha, this, you know, these people call Eleha, this woman in Poda, wife of Muslim clerics or staunch Muslims. They are the ones that cover their faces. Not all Muslims, though. Majority Muslims is Jasi Baje. But some that are very, very deep, the husband will say they should cover their faces. The only time they can open their face or their body is when they are inside the bedroom. It's an Arabic tradition or culture that was brought into our society, and we have adopted it for so long. It's not new. Some of them, you see them, you really love the way they dress. Some of them, you see them, you will poke when you go close to them. Because I've seen many of them. And I can tell you the essence why they have to do it. They know the reason. They say it's for decency and all that. But I think, in my own opinion, is to cage women. Okay? Religion does not favor women in any way. Religion in any way has never favored both Christianity, both Muslim. It doesn't favor women. Religion only favor the men. Now, Muslim will now make it worse. In the sense that the polygamy that they encourage, even when you cannot feed, the man cannot feed, they still encourage the man that he can marry many wives. Even though the Quran does not say that. According to the Quran, what they say in the Quran, the Quran said they must be able to take care of those women. But how many men can take care of one man, talk less of one woman, talk less of 2 women, 3 women, 4 women? This has produced more of poverty in our society than any other thing. While Oyinbo are progressing in different kind of thing. Aye dúdú, mi mọ nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Ọmọ mi á ní mommy stop saying it. Ó máa ń pè lórúkọ kan, kíní kan racism náà ń pè. I don't know what she calls it. Àwọn lolóyìnbó. While àwọn òyìnbó, they are progressing in the... Oyinbo can decide not to marry, not to have children. But what they will do will outlive them. Their name will be remembered for life. What we are producing is to produce Peking. Produce plenty Peking. Thanks. Allergy mi ló tún bẹ̀rẹ̀. Oṣé. Ó ta. Wọ́n ní kí n má ti jẹ nǹkan tó ta. What we produce, plenty children. In the process, we are producing poverty. And that is why we are going through what we are going through. It's one of the reasons. If Nigeria is 250 million in population, America is 300 and something in population. In land mass, they are more than us. In resources, Tolaba Woni Babami, they are more than us. In everything that you can think of to make life better, they are far ahead of us. Honestly, the way everything feel low within 2-3 hours, only to wake up and they say you are okay, you can get up. Tó bá jẹ́ Naija ni, Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ kó lúwẹ̀ kó blame ààrẹ. This woman that you are looking on my screen, according to the story, is married to an alpha. An alpha are Muslim teachers, Muslim school teachers. Most of these Muslim teachers, they are, number one, mostly illiterate. Sorry to use that word, but that is who they are. Secondly, they don't have any other job. Their job is for people to bring children to them, to be learning. And for them, sometimes, they will say they are seeing vision for people. Some of them. That is the job they do. But as they come day, you go still see them. They will pack, they fit have 2, 3, 4 wives. And each of those women fit born 4, 5, 6 children each. The man will be living in an uncompleted building, There are probably just 2 or 3 rooms, or maximum 4 rooms. Maybe the roof is plank they will use to put the roof. He will be doing it gradually. And he will carry like 3 to 4 wives, marry them and put them inside that house. That is the category that this woman belongs to, and her husband. There are many of them that we have in that country. In a country where the government does not even care or try to help, but yet their trademark is to be having children, to be doing competition, to get the man's attention. Secondly, this type of women, they don't have much to do as business. Most times, they will just, all the business that they have, if you value their business, some of them is not even up to 20,000. 20,000 naira. You heard me right. Some of them. It is in that business, they will be feeding children. They will be feeding themselves. Their children will have need to go to school. It is among this category, most times. I'm not saying it does not happen with other, with people, middle class and rich class. But if you are looking for where Yahoo children come from, is from this polygamous zone. Quote me. If you are looking for children that are doing Yahoo, they are mostly people from polygamous zone. Children that are trying to do money ritual, go and check. They are mostly children from polygamous zone, or children where their papa don't run comot and their mama cannot fend for them. I am not saying 100%, but I say 80 to 90%. My question is, what will make a woman think marrying Auntie Adu, you say religion doesn't favor women, but incidentally, women are the major adherents of religion, at least of Christianity, and in Nigeria, they try to force their men into it. You know why? You know why they try to force their men into it? Because Christianity is preaching one man, one woman. So it helps a woman to think that will keep her man. Okay? By the time the man will say, I'm born again, or they preach against infidelity and all those things, and the man, that fear can kind of keep a man. And I think to some extent it helps that family unit. Okay? It helps that family unit in the sense that the man will be concentrated on his immediate family. To have extramarital affair, even if he has extramarital affairs, he will still be careful, as in, I don't want children outside wedlock. He can concentrate in taking care of his children and his family very well. So that's one aspect. It favors women. Okay? But if you look at in the Old Testament, it doesn't favor women. And you and I know. You and I know that. But this particular one, Christianity and Muslim, in fact, today they quoted a Quran verse that supported beating of women. If that person did not write it, I will not believe it. Before we go on, since you have allowed me to digress, let us watch the video of this woman. This woman, like I said, was married to an Alpha. They said they were two that the guy married. You will see the house they are living, that the man married two wives inside. Ṣẹ̀rẹ́ yìí tẹ́ ń sunkún polygamy lórí page mi ẹ máa sunkún dáadáa lọ́sàn-án yìí na go cry tire. And create poverty and create ìṣẹ́. Tí lè dára yín bọ́ and create ìṣẹ́. Ẹlẹ́ẹ̀ help àwọn obìnrin yẹn. You are not helping them in any way. You are not helping them in any way. Let us watch. Number.
Ó dáa gan ni. Ẹ wojú. Ẹ ká sí ọjọ́. Báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ríran? Ẹ tiẹ̀ máa gbọ́. Ẹ máa gbọ́. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé obìnrin gan láláì gbọ́rọ̀? Because bó o ṣe lajú rẹ̀ kalẹ̀ nìyí tí ibi tí ìyáálé ẹ ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀. Orí ìrìn ẹlẹ́hàdá lè rìn. Mo ti bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Oníjẹ̀yẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn kan lè bí ní owó. Wọ́n ní kí ni? Dẹ̀dẹ̀ máa fún kún òsì. Má wà bí tó gbà. Ṣé gbọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ gbẹ̀yìn ààrẹ sápá?
Láyé ìsìn wọ̀nyàn kí dúró sí àbísí máa ní wà láì. Tó bá ti ń di nínà, ẹ máa kúrò ní.
God. Bàbá ń dojú ara ni. Pàálé lè pààlọ́ la. Tójú àwọn bàbá tó rábàràbà pọ̀ ló ń kù. Ọmọ tó rí ní ọkọ̀ òdò tó rí ní ọkọ̀ ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì sí lọ. Ọkọ̀ dàmú bá ti rí. Kí lè lè wà láyé láti rí ọkọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀? Ẹ̀wọ̀n ìṣẹ́ náà ti jẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ kò sí ọ̀rẹ́.
I swear. They see oh boy are still alive. They see oh boy are still alive.
Thanks for telling me. I noticed when I was watching the video yesterday, the one we did, that when the video is running and I talk, you don't hear. Thanks for reminding me. So this woman you are looking at, look at the environment she is living. That is the environment. The way Auntie Bola, that is the environment. Ton fẹ́ yàwó méjì sí. Ẹ̀yin oní polygamy sọnù. Àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń campaign fún polygamy. When they are now talking, you want to blame the government for all the problems we are facing in that country. Somebody like this, tó yẹ kó tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ lọ tọ́jú ara ẹ̀ to go and take care of herself. She has stroke. The man she got married to was already married. Ask me the job she has. Kó tó lọ fẹ́ ọkọ, to go and marry a man that already has a wife in the house. And it is all because most women will see themselves as, without a man, they cannot survive. Without a man, their life is nothing. Bá bú mi, orí ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin tẹ́ ń bú mi, orí yín burú. Because mo ti block wọn dáadáa. I've blocked so many men on this show, on this particular guy, ladies to post this morning on my Facebook. Especially àwọn àfáà burúkú yẹn. Ìkan sọ wípé èmi kí ló pè mí náà, ó lè mí sí ní olóṣó. Just because I refuse to accept polygamy. Ẹni tó bá ti wá láti inú ilé polygamy kò ní gbàdúrà fọ́tá ẹ̀. Kí náà fi polygamy ṣe? Kí ni ìdùnnú tó wà nínú polygamy? I'm asking you. What is the joy in polygamy? Tell me. Especially polygamy of this kind of polygamy. This kind of polygamy. Polygamy. Kí ló wà ńbẹ̀? Ìdùnnú wo ló wà ńbẹ̀? I'm asking you, what is the joy inside this kind of polygamy? To be a single mother is better than this polygamy. You think is every woman you will call name and they will feel ashamed? Obìnrin tó bá ń ṣèṣekúṣe náà ń bú tó máa tà tó máa jà. Ẹ bá pè mí ní sínú olóṣó. Ìkọ́ ẹ̀ bá sọ wípé I'm the husband in my house. Ìpọkọ tí mò ń fẹ́ obìnrin lóbìnrin. Problem ti yín nìyẹn. I don't care. Just to validate that your useless polygamy that you are singing up and down. Hi son, how are you? Káàbọ̀. To validate that your useless polygamy. You want to practice polygamy. Go and have the kind of money of Nedunwoko. Get to practice the polygamy. Tani polygamy is sonu. Who get your polygamy? Who get polygamy where food no dey? Who get polygamy where we say the woman must hold your clothes to pay children's school fees? Who get polygamy where we say to pay house rent? Na go dey beg landlord. Who get polygamy of house where they no fit paint? You build house, you cannot paint it. You are packing women and standing inside house to show that you are a man. No, that is not the way to show you are a man. You are doing rubbish and nonsense. And your future, you are playing with your future as a man. Tani polygamy sonu. And your ọkùnrin, you don't love yourselves. Look at this kind of background. Is it not better for this woman? Even if it's in one room, she can rent, manage her resources, be hardworking. The man has a wife. Now she go marry the man again. The first wife, as the husband won't pay him, beat him. You can imagine 3 in 1 poverty, 3 in 1 pain. You enter poverty, you enter polygamy. They beat you on top of that poverty. Ṣé wọ́n ní ìyá mẹ́ta ò gbọ́dọ̀ jòkú gbẹ́ni. You enter poverty. O lọ sínú ilé olórogún. Ilé olórogún tí ò sówó ń bẹ̀. Wọ́n tún wá ń lù ẹ́ ń bẹ̀ tí ẹ tàbí gúgúrú. After beating, only God knows what she's going through. As you are looking at her, she has partial stroke. The man not only beat her, you will hear the man give her head boots. Now head boots give her make the eye swell up. Ta ló ń pè mí? Hello? Hello? Yes? Adé ìwà lórí show yẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Mi ò tí kò tí yẹ kẹ́ pé ó yá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀.
I'm a product of polygamous home. My father has 3 wives. And in his own way, then, we can call him I can't call him a rich man. Just say
comfortable.
And I can tell you from my mother is the first wife. And I can tell you what we went through. In fact, it was something I will not pray for my enemy. When I see people on
social media encouraging polygamy, dàbí ṣe dání àwọn tínú wọn ò dùn tán tanra wọn nínú polygamy.
All about sex. It's more than that. What about the children welfare? Now, my father passed away about 12 years ago. I can tell you today, there are some of my siblings from other wives that we are not even talking. We have some that are sitting on my father's property up till now, as I'm talking to you. There is no love in polygamous home. Most of the polygamous homes, there is no love. It's full of suspicion. This one want to do me, this one want to do us, this one want to struggling to get the heart of the man. And if care is not taken, they will turn the man to zombie. Like this one bring juju, the other one bring juju, the third one bring juju. Then at the end of the day, they turn the man to zombie. So anybody that look at the situation in Nigeria today, people are shouting of polygamy. what does it take to even, most of them cannot even afford a good quality education for their children. They are talking of polygamy.
They are singing of polygamy.
What our mothers need to do, especially those of us that are growing up that have female children, let us train our female children very well. Let us train them to be independent. Job. Because most of these guys, most of these women, they don't have anything they are doing. I listened to one of your program, I think last year, and you said, which to me it was purely true, that anybody that is out of marriage, the first thing you first of all do is to first of all be independent of your own, get a business, do what you talk of going to another marriage. I think that's it. So that there are a lot of women that are intermarried today that they are not happy, but they can't live because they don't have anything they are doing. They can't even pay school fees. That's why the man is just messing them up and down. So God bless you for the good job, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Polygamy, my foot. So somebody said, we saw what KSA children were doing recently while he's still alive. You know, most of these polygamists are apologists. They've been using KSA. I wish they would still use KSA as an example of polygamy today. Even Okoya they are using for example. How many likes of Okoya do we have? How many of the likes of Okoya do we have when you are talking about finances? And this Okoya they are using to sing song. Let Okoya go. Ariranwo. Reriarun. Let Okoya go. Now, let's continue to listen to this lady. And you will be shocked at why the husband beat her. Many of them, that is what they are going through. Some of them, maybe they are lucky to have family that is helping them. Some of those women. Because I wonder how a man that has limited resources will look at himself and say it was to gather women. That is his next priority. All because you just want to have varieties. Or some of you, today, in this recent time, some of you are even doing those women at the same time. Don't lose value day. You do them at the same time. The man will sleep in the middle. The women will sleep on the side. Ayé ìjẹkújẹ nínú ìṣẹ́ some of you èyí tó bá jàjà wá kọ́ ilé ẹyọ kan ni o bungalow èyí tó bá jàjà rọ́jú kọ́ bungalow nínú yín Yorùbá nírú show yìí ti máa ń dùn jù ẹ dákun tẹ́ jàjà kọ́ bungalow of just 2 rooms bungalow ni o not really a big house o the one that will now try to build one bungalow òun náà bá arrive abàṣàpá báyìí ó ti dọkùnrin tó máa kóbìnrin jọ nìyẹn. He will now build his own room in the middle, the women's room on the side by side. He will now be going from one room to the other, from one room to the other. At the end of the day, those women will stay to train their children. Anybody singing polygamy, ẹni tó ń kọrin polygamy fún yín lórí social media, tí inú gbogbo yín dùn tẹ́ ń pàtẹ́wọ́ tẹ́ ń tẹ̀lé, is because she found herself there. Because she just want to have pé conscious pé òun náà lọ́kọ. Because she has made it like ẹni tí ò lọ́kọ ò ṣèyàn. I am not saying don't do polygamy. Do it. I am not saying I'm against it. It does not my business. Tẹ́ bá ṣe. But tá bá rí nǹkan nípa ẹ̀, àwa tá jáde nínú ibẹ̀ a máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ pé polygamy o tán bá fi lọ ọ̀tá mi ní ṣe. Mi ní ṣe. Àti ilẹ̀ ni mo ti máa ń sọ kíní yẹn pé tí ń bá bára mi ń bẹ̀. Nígbà tí bàbá àwọn ọmọ yẹn wà pé tó bá decide àti marry, mi ní ṣe nǹkan kan máa make sure pé táwọn ọmọ yẹn tó bá ti tọ́ wọn débi tẹ́rù òní bá wọn máa sá. Màá dẹ̀ rọra pé Ebenezer ó ti bá mi tọ́ àwọn ọmọ tán mi ò ṣe mọ́. That was my plan. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ lọ.
Àti lórí 800.
kí ni wọ́n yanjú tí wọ́n bá padà yanjú ẹ̀bí wọn.
300 lẹ́nu ìyàwó yín báyìí.
Because of 800, you know what I advise women? I know there are some women that their situation, they don't have any choice. Maybe women that are growing old and time is going, they need to have children. If you have to find yourself there as a woman, make sure you can stand on your own. Kó lè dúró ní ẹsẹ̀. Kí ni mo sọ? Kó lè dúró ní orí ẹsẹ̀ méjèèjì. As a woman, don't go into polygamy all in the name of I want to marry. If you have to find yourself in polygamy and you don't have anything, tó bá ń gbàjẹ́ kún ìyà ni ó jẹ. Ẹni tó bẹ́ lórí tó tún ṣẹnu wúyẹ́. Òun lọ̀rọ̀ ẹ. Make sure you can stand on your feet as a woman. I will use my mother as a good example. My father had 7 wives. She 6 abi 7 of her, 6 or 7. Out of them, all of the women that he married, my mother was the most hardworking. The first wife was hardworking too. Then my mother was very, very hardworking. I don't Commander Polu were boast. If you cannot stand on your feet as a woman, you now go and do polygamy, all in the name of Melolorun wí. Wàá jẹ bóto ìyà as obìnrin. Let's leave the man. Ìyà ìyà tọkùnrin later ni ìyà títí wọn. The men that go into it. Let's leave the men that go into it. Most of them, they suffer it too. One, they suffer, no sọ̀rọ̀ síta ni. And their own suffer no be today. Now later. Because at the end of the day, all those women where them park, the man go down waka. All those children, the woman go down waka with their children. If they are lucky, maybe 1 or 2 will be around to remember their somewhere. Polygamy. But for the women, you enter polygamy. If you suffer, finish. Your children go suffer. This one go enter polygamy. This woman that we are talking of, she enter polygamy, finish. Get stroke. Finish. Money self she no gets. They can't even punish her more, still cover her face. And they are telling her to remove that cloth. Ìyà ò tí dùn ẹ́ ló ń daṣọ bojú. Ìyà ò tí dùn ẹ́. Àwọn the Arabs that you people are copying, lọ́wọ́ Arab tó ń ṣe ẹlẹ́hà. Ọkọ wọn máa ń lówó. Wàá rí wọn báyìí wọ́n á ń wù ẹ́. O fẹ́ try àwọn gold tó máa kó sára. Àwọn 18 carats, 24 carats tó máa fi ṣẹ̀ṣọ́. And apart from that, their country is good. Their government is taking care of their children for them and taking care of them. A country where the government is here to see himself. Where the government does not have anything free for anybody. Where the government does not care. Somebody will now say polygamy. There is nothing bad in it. Everything is bad in polygamy in a country where things are not working. Everything is bad in a polygamy where an average person cannot boast of 1 million in their account. Everything is bad. It is better you are a single mother. Kó jẹ́ yọ̀kan ló fẹ́ bí. Kó wá máa fi iṣẹ́ kó fa iṣẹ́. Kó máa fi tọ́jú ọmọ yẹn. But because majority of you women, ẹ ti like freebies jù. All of you are looking for a man to depend on. That is why many of you are suffering and smiling. Oh, mo rí yín tẹ́ wá sunkún lórí show tí mo ṣe tí mo post láàárọ̀. I saw some of your comments. Suffering and smiling. ara ni majority yín ma wá sọ̀rọ̀ tí ó kàn yín. You bring that aggression under the post because wọ́n ti knock yín. Ẹlòmíì inú yín, some of you ẹ gba 100,000 as salary and you are fighting, you are doing kí ló ń pè polygamy. Some of you ẹ̀yin ọkùnrin ẹ gba 100,000 as salary. Irú yín náà bọ́ sábẹ́ post ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ polygamy. It's not for you because obìnrin ẹyọ kan gan o ò tí ì lè tọ́jú ẹ̀ without your salary. Taba ma wo, if you want to look at it according to what Quran and Bible said, your women are not supposed to work, especially a woman tẹ́ bá cover by. Kò yẹ kán bọ́ta lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Kí lẹ cover wọn fún? Ẹ cover wọn, ẹ tún lè tọ́jú wọn. My grandma in the 40s refused polygamy. She said it's not a club and that her husband did not have the disposition to be fair as Islam. If you want to look at it from what Quran said, how many of you can do what the Quran said when it comes to this polygamy? He said you have to treat all those women equally, fairly. How possible is that? Very, very impossible. Financially, what do you have? Financially, what do the women have? Kẹ́ tó fẹ́ wọn. If you have to do polygamy as a man, look for a woman that can stand on her feet. Look at the suffer head. This one carry herself, go suffer. Now, she's suffering stroke. Look at her eyes. This are right eye. Na head boots. The man give her meje kagbo. My dakensin.
Ẹlẹ́hàdá lè ní. Wọ́n ti bá tiẹ̀ lọ. Oníjẹ̀yẹ̀.
Wọ́n lè yẹ kọ́lé bí ní o.
Wọ́n ní kí ni? Jẹjẹ, máa sunkún òsì. Má wà bí tó gbà kó lọ gbẹ̀yìn ààrẹ sápá.
Láyé ìsìn wọn èèyàn kí dúró sí abusing marriage tó wà láì. Tó bá ti ń di nínà, ẹ máa kúrò ní. God.
Àpamọ́ ìdojú ara ni. Pàálé lè pààlọ́ la. Tó àwọn bàbá tó rábàràbà pọ̀ ló ń kù. Mo máa wo lélẹ́ yìí. Kó lọ dájú ọmọ tó rí ọkọ lò tó rí ọkọ ṣáàtì sí lọ. Ọkọ dàmú bá ti rí. Kí ló lè wà láyé ọkọ rí ọkọ bẹ́ẹ̀? Ẹ̀wọ̀n tí wọ́n ti jẹ́ ọkọ̀ sí ọ̀rẹ́. Ẹni tó bá ti kú ní tiẹ̀ ti gbé.
I swear. They see Oboy and still alive. They see Oboy and still alive.
Ó dẹ̀ mi.
Azí lórí 800.
Kí ni wọ́n yanjú? Tí wọ́n bá padà yanjú ẹ̀bí wọn.
Lórí 800 lẹ́nà ìyàwó yín báyìí. Abẹ́rẹ́ ẹ̀wọ̀n.
Ẹgbẹ́ náà ẹ má bínú ṣé nísìnyí ṣé ó fẹ́ gbà ṣéǹjì sọ̀dọ̀ ìdìlọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ ní àgbẹ̀.
Owó oúnjẹ ni láti jẹun láàárọ̀ yìí.
Àwọn 800 ló wà báyìí àpò àwọn afẹ́ 800 yẹn.
Lórí ẹ̀ ló fi wá sí báyìí.
Wọ́n ti wá 800 gan kó. Kálẹ̀ 800 kó ní ìsìnkú wà tó ṣe.
Lórí ẹ̀ ló fi wá sí lórí 800.
Ó yá explain nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹlẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ náà.
Tó tẹ̀lé ní pé láàárọ̀ mo jí ní fọ́ọ̀kì tó jí láàárọ̀ ìlú ìjàjì. Àfáà pè mí pé òun fẹ́ bá mi kọ́ ṣoògùn ọ̀rọ̀ dẹ̀ kò yé pé ó rẹ́ mi pé kò sí ààyè. Ẹ̀yìn ìgbà náà dẹ̀ ni kò béèrè owó oúnjẹ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ó ní kò sówó. Mo dẹ̀ tún ṣe tán pé àṣé ọkọ̀ kí n bá ṣeré pa o. Mo gbé báàgì rẹ̀ pé kí n mú owó. Mo ṣíwó nínú báàgì mo bá 800 naira bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n tẹ̀lé dẹ̀ ló mú mi ló lọ́ mi lápá. Ó sì mọ ní òkè ló ń fọ́ mi ní kùkù lórí. Ẹ̀yìn ìgbà yẹn ló fi gbígbó ló fi sí ojú mi báyìí o.
800.
Ọmọ tó fún àìlẹ́lẹ́ hàn wà dáì. Ẹ bàbọ̀.
Kí n kọ́ tẹ̀.
Ẹ̀bẹ́ yá kán dìde ká ṣe fídíò.
ẹsẹ̀ dídò apá kẹsẹ̀ kan ní
apá kan ẹsẹ̀ kan.
apá kẹsẹ̀ kan ní ṣiṣẹ́.
mi ní
apá ẹ̀kọ́ tó tó wà
ọ̀rẹ́
wà
mi
wọ́n
ọ̀rẹ́ mi tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀ ní ọwọ́ kan àtẹ̀sẹ̀ kan ní ọwọ́ kan náà mo fi mánéjì ìdẹ̀sẹ̀ akọ fún ó ní mo gbá àwọn fún mo gbá akọ fún o.
ẹ dìde kẹrin.
a sì máa kọ epistle náà.
ẹ dìde
a sì máa kọ epistle ẹ dìde. ẹ rà ẹ rà. Go. Ah, what do we wait to home?
Look at the environment. They marry you inside poverty. Marry you inside domestic violence. The first wife don't run, come out. They can't still cover you. You can't still get stroke inside that same situation. And as she is, she's not ready to go. What caused the problem? She wanted the husband to give her chop money, 800 naira. 800 naira. That is how much? Is it up to $1? 50 cents. 50 cents. And we have people screaming polygamous. Instead of women that are supposed to be mentored on social media, telling women, go and look for work to do. Be empowered. Stand alone as a woman. The fact that you have a man does not guarantee anything. A man with you today can go tomorrow. A man married to you today can marry many more wives. Fọkùnrin tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó wáyé tiẹ̀ wá ṣe nìyẹn. Àwọn kan wá ń kọrin, there is nothing bad in polygamy. They are not saying polygamy inside poverty is a capital no. You are not campaigning that polygamy inside poverty is a capital no. Before you want to say you want to marry 2 wives, where is the house you are putting them? Inside a rented house? Inside rented apartments? Where you are struggling to pay bills? Even if you are living in a flat, let's even assume you are living in a flat. Oh, tí kọ́ ilé tiẹ̀. And all you want to do is to carry polygamy and spread the resources that is not even enough for you. Do you even care for yourself? Okay, you have 3 children already. You now say because the polygamy, there is nothing bad in polygamy. There is nothing bad. I cannot let one woman kill me. Because you can't manage the house, you now go to marry another wife outside. Abi? That woman outside that you go marry, won't you be responsible to her financially? You will be responsible either you like it or not. Toro ti diyawo, ko je girlfriend. Even ordinary girlfriend, God will require something from you. Talk less of a yawo, somebody you marry as second wife, that she has children for you too. Òun náà tún bí méjì sí mẹ́ta, ó di mẹ́fà lórí resources. To ìwà nílé mi rent. You will pay children's school fees and all that. This is how poverty is being created. All because what we were brought up with, the notion they put in our head as a people, Ọlọ́run ló ń tọ́jú ọmọ. Now God, they take care of pikin. That is the nonsense they imbibed in our brain. That is the rubbish they imbibe in our brain. Mẹ́lẹ̀ Ọlọ́run wí, Ọlọ́run ló ń tọ́jú ọmọ. That even when you are giving birth, the responsibility is not on you. What they will eat, they will tell you, pikin don't carry wetin in one chop as they come from heaven. That is the rubbish they put in our head. How many of us don't go collect food from heaven, feed our pikin since we born them? If you no work, your pikin go chop. If you no work, your pikin go wear clothes. Except you want to go and be begging people to give you money and food. But our parents were putting that rubbish into our head. Ọlọ́run ló ń tọ́jú ọmọ. Ọmọ ti mú nǹkan tó máa jẹ wá látọ̀run. How many pikin we born wey carry food come? How many pikin we born wey carry clothes come? How many pikin we born wey carry school fees come? If then they carry all those things come, then life will be much easier. Then we can start having as many children. Many of us love children. If they ask me, I wouldn't mind having 4, 5, 6 children. But when I think of myself, I dey thank God say e no pass wetin I born. Because òun ló dáfá fún wípé till now, at almost a 60, I still dey hustle. When I was supposed to be slow, even though I don't slow down, because I cannot come and kill myself. But we have our mates that are still struggling so hard, so much, especially back home, to make ends meet. We have our mates back home, that many of them cannot boast of 2-bedroom flats that they have built in their name, all in the name of I have to pay children's school fees. As we are talking, we have some of our mates that are giving birth, that are still giving birth. That are still giving birth, all in the name of there is nothing bad in polygamy. At the end of the day, when they will now go, it is those older children they will now leave all the stress to. Láyé ìgbà kan dẹ̀ nìyẹn. There is somebody I know, now so their papa, at the age of 70, go marry another wife. The wife born pikin, the man still live like 90 years. As he pie finish, all those children wey he born like 4, they don't become trouble inside the family house now. They don't become serious trouble because they are still young inside the family house. All the siblings, senior ones, don't block them because their wahala is too much. Now then go collect the how many bedroom where the papa build, where the man they think saying be big man. Before rent don't due, they disturb tenants that they need rent. Now then they collect rent. The senior one just leave it for them. Say, wo, elo je, ko to ba wun yin ke fi le se. Lórí ilé ẹyọ kan, bàbá mi àbímọ 20. Lórí ilé ẹyọ kan, bàbá mi àbímọ 30. If you have to marry 2 wives, 2 houses. Marry 3 wives, 3 houses. If you cannot do it, you are not because you are the part of the problem of that country. Now, to not make things worse, as I posted this thing, I then put one Quranic verse for me. Make I read them for una. Now that one shockalize me pass. Me because if I can still do one more show today. If not, $2 but I prefer to do it today so that my face is share me Lola. I'm coming. I want to look for that post. I posted it this morning. Sorry, guys. Okay. I was trying to do something. All right. So somebody now put up under the post now said it is acceptable in Islam to beat women. I said, Nibo, I was like, where did you hear that one from? Now the person quotes the Quran verse for me. Let me read the Quran verse for you. Quran chapter 4, you can check it by yourself. Chapter 4, 34. It says, men are the caretaker of women, as men have been provisioned by Allah over women and tasked with supporting them financially. And righteous women are devotedly obedient, and when alone, protective of what Allah has entrusted them with. And if you sense ill conduct from your women, advise them first. If they persist, do not share their bed. Sherry. No wonder táwọn bàbá yẹn burú. Ibi tí ẹ ti kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ burúkú leléyìí. Can you imagine? But if they change their, do not share their bed. If they still persist, then discipline them gently. But if they change their ways, do not be unjust to them. Surely Allah is most high, all great. I didn't really understand it. Then somebody now brought a clearer understanding of it, now posted it. When I read it, I was almost shocked. Let me read the clearer understanding that one somebody posted. Even though the Muslims are trying to argue it, that is not so. That is not the same thing. That is not what it says. Mumbo. Another translation says, men are in charge of women by right of what Allah has given one over the other, and what they spend for maintenance from their wealth. So righteous women are devotedly obedient, guiding in the husband's absence what Allah will have given them guard. But those wives from you whom you fear arrogance, first advise them. Then if they persist, forsake them in bed, and finally strike them. I say strike. Lulu niyen. Some still argue, not really. He didn't say they should beat them. I said, okay. Another person now posted to make us have a better understanding, even though they were still arguing that one. That one now gave a clearer understanding that it actually means beat that woman. Okay, this is it. So this one says, men are caretakers of women, since Allah has made them, some of them excel the others, and because of the wealth they have spent. So the righteous women are obedient, and the property and honor of their husbands in their absence with the protection given by Allah. As for women of whom you fear rebellion, convince them and leave them apart in bed, and also beat them. Then if they obey you, do not seek a way against them. Surely Allah is the greatest. I say beat them. Àbí mi ò gbọ́ dáadáa ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ bá mi like video ẹ má jẹ́ on flag here. Some of them have come on this show. Mo ti ń rí comment wọn ní orí Facebook. Beat them. I say beat them. Are they the furniture? Somebody now said, no, that is not what it means. It means if you have an handkerchief, use it to strike them. If you have a small cloth, use it to smack them. I say smack. Smack your pikin. Abi smack your wife. He said the wife. Smack. He said yes. I said that means there will be serious abuse in Islam. Many people, they are not just talking out. Especially with this kind of women that are covered in powder. This one now, if she covered the face and start going, how many people will know that they beat her? You know, they were trying to argue it that is not what the Quran really means. It doesn't mean that you should really beat them. I said by the time you use something small to smack somebody, that is provocation. If you follow MS Baba, you will hear more about Muslim. Tag me to it. You know, I don't really pay attention per se to them because I'm like their own religion. Because I have, or at least I told you I grew up there. We don't go to mosque. We only pray in the house. It is not acceptable until the verb used is dab, which means anything. Which verb? That's the English translation I just read out. If it means anything, that means I can take this kind of a thing and use it to smack the person, right? If it means anything, that's provocation. Thank you, Son Odu. That is provocation. So that means domestic violence might be going on among all these people, and we think, this is why I said, oh, so actually polygamous home to have the domestic violence. And we thought the way they are saying that if a man has too many wives, it will be calm. Eléyìí has 2 wives. Ó lù kan fẹ́ lù pa ìyẹn sá lọ. Ìkejì tó kù nílé ó ti fún ní stroke. I'll put a picture there. I'm not mocking her. That if they can help me to get her contact, if we can raise something for her to help her to start something in her life. Kó lọ wá ọjà kó máa lọ fi tà. Mo ti ní kó bá mi wá contact ẹ̀. And it doesn't mean when you go through domestic violence, I will raise them. It's because she has stroke. Oh. So don't come and meet me and say, Auntie Adunejo, my husband is beating me. No, it's none of my business. Olapa, let's say, go and start from somewhere. Go and start from somewhere. Once you still have your leg and you have your hands, it's because she has stroke. So I know she needs help. If you can raise something for her, kó lọ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjà. Okay, you have a point, Shaibidun. Ibukun, or if she too wants to leave, go. That's another thing. Bóyá ìfẹ́ dúró síbẹ̀. Tó bá máa maybe ẹ má worry, èmi á bẹ̀rẹ̀ my interview. From there, I will know what she wants. Then we'll know what next. If she wants to stay there, I don't help such people. Because at the end of the day, she will use that money to feed the man. After the man beat her finish, the man will still come and climb her. Auntie, the prophet never beat his wives. Why beat when you can divorce? I don't like Islamophobia. What do you mean by Islamophobia? Kamason Kontari, when we are talking about Christianity, it's not Christianophobia. Just because we are asking, what is the meaning of that verse that says you should just dab the woman, smack her? Why will you smack a woman? For what? I will picture they are send this to me. They even said in among those Arabs that thing is even worse. Remember when I was talking about domestic violence the last time? I mentioned a particular video I saw where a lady, the man was beating the woman. They were Arabs. She has stroke. She has stroke. The left side. Ìmí tún lélẹ̀ yọ àbí yẹn náà tún ni. Okay, still the same woman. Another video. Olùyàwó orí alẹ́ kú ni. The abuse of women in that country is underreported. If they go to a police station, if the policeman they meet on the counter is a polygamous home, he will chase them away. He will say, what is it? What is the big deal? Kini wono she fokwe, what did you do to your husband? That's what they will tell her. And we are saying, instead of people campaigning for women to go and have job, some are campaigning for them to go into polygamy. Kino muni no polygamy. And they are castigating women that are doing far, far better. One boy yala ya won ton wà nínú polygamy. Wọ́n lọ́kọ lóòótọ́. But wọ́n boy yala ya won ton wà nínú polygamy. Wọ́n bọ́ ọkọ wọn, wọ́n bọ́ yàwó, gbogbo yàwó tó fẹ́ sílé, wọ́n bọ́ àwọn ọmọ wọn. Wọ́n rà wọ́n times 10. And if you want to know this kind of women, ó lè ti bímọ bí mẹ́ta sí mẹ́rin bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So how is she going to take care of those children? Ayé ìsìn, when things are becoming more difficult, life is not what it used to be. Life is no more easy. The likes of àwọn olówó bíi Clinton kankan, wọ́n bímọ ẹyọ kan, wọ́n bí méjì. You think they don't know what they are doing? You think they don't know what they are doing? Ó ṣe já wọn tó ní ìkọ̀kan iná máa ń bímọ jọ gan-an. Ó ṣe já wọn tó ní ìkọ̀kan iná máa ń ní polygamy máa ń dùn mọ́. When you go to social media now, you are talking about this polygamy thing. Come and see the people that will be singing of polygamy. Ó léyàn kan tí mo mọ̀ rí ńgbà kan tó máa ń tọrọ owó. Òun náà sunkún polygamy. Mo wo ọjọ́ tí mo rí comment ẹ̀. Mo ní ìyẹn wọ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí náà wọ́n náà ti di ẹni tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ polygamy. Kí ló ní lọ́wọ́? He was so aggressive. Bóyá kò mọ̀ pé mo wọ̀n. Some of them are Sarah in marriage by their parents. Okay, as a full-grown adult, at this dispensation, tí ayé ti lajú, at this dispensation where there is information and they can have access to information and everything, are they babies? Are they babies? There was a marriage I saw them doing one day. If you see how pretty this lady is. Lady, you ma fine o. Àwọn ọkọ yín ò bojú, wọ́n máa bojú fẹ̀yìn. If you see how pretty this lady is, I was looking at that marriage. Like play. Now so then carry this clothes come. The same clothes that one Saudi that gave you are not wearing anymore. They are removing it. Iran gbogbo wọn, they don't want to wear it anymore. Ẹ̀yin ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá sọ di fashion. They now brought that clothes. That lady was crying. I was like, is it by force? Is it that they don't tell you that this is what they will do for you when you want to marry them? Àbí báwo ni? That you guys, okay, if they told you, why are you crying? So it means they did not tell them. And when they were bringing that cloth, the lady started crying. They were now telling her, pẹ̀lẹ́ kò ṣe nǹkan kan, àwọn ará wájú náà ti wọrú ẹ̀, wàá wọ̀ yé. I'm like, wàá wọ̀ kí ni yé? They will now shield you from the world. Mo taka òṣì dànù. Anyway, ìran tèmi ò tiẹ̀ ń kún ṣe ẹlẹ́hà bá ṣe jẹ́ Muslim tó ń family wa. Gbogbo wa láti ẹ̀ ti ẹlẹ́hà níbo. Mo dẹ̀ rí tán daṣọ yẹn bò báyìí. The lady started crying. Very pretty lady. They took off her head here. They checked her hair. If it was a wig, they could remove. They saw it was her hair. They now used that thing. They cover her instantly. And the husband was smiling. I said, look at this man. Look at this man. And look at this pretty young girl. Promising with bright future. Àti ẹ̀gbá wọn, àwọn tó máa ṣe, tó máa cover báyìí. Tán máa cover àbí ọrùn. Èwo tún ni gbogbo ojú. Tán sọ yín dé egungun, be careful. Na express they go. And if you look at most of these egungun, be careful. They are these people that do not have anything. People who don't have shishi. Now then they do this rubbish pass. They turn them to egungun, be careful. Now express you go. Some of them will even carry their baby. I know I used to see one on my street in those days where I was living in Nigeria. Now so she go still carry her pikin inside that heat. She will be smelling inside that Nigeria heat. If it's in summer, if it's in winter, if we have winter in Nigeria, it will be good. At least you will say, okay, it will protect you from cold. Inside that heat, somebody will not say it's only your eyes that has to show. Like a masquerade. Also, you dey gungun, be careful. Now express you they go. Ati but about cover by. There are some that will do this one. You will really like it. Then kini ton da jagerebola yen gan ton kanle. Kini purpose the aṣọ tẹ́ ń dàbọ̀lẹ̀ ton kanle yen? What is the purpose of that now? That dress that they wear? They won't allow you to live. They won't let you fulfill your purpose of coming to this life. Because they always catch these ladies very young. Some of them in their teenage, no matter, they will marry them. And that will be the life they will live. Until maybe some of them run away. Some will usually run away after some years. If the wahala is too much. Some iti oba kusibe akusibe. And some, that is how they will live till forever. Is to cover their body shape. Is to cover their body shape from who? Are they the only one that has shape? Are they the only ones that men will look? Even all the Arabs, can't you see what those Arabian women then they carry for back? With that, their flowing dress, their kaftan. You know, the Arabs, they wear kaftan instead. They don't, some of them dress this way, but some of them wear this long kaftan. Even with this thing, if they put it, you will still see their load for back. It can't hide anything. If you have it, you have it. If the load is there, the load is there. You can't cover it. Cover it from what? From who? See, it's who they are. Who are they covering it from? Because only sheku she la won no. She ba won no ma saba ba ọmọ kékéké sùn jù. Ọmọ le kéwú kankan. Àwọn won now. She bí ìkọ́nu wọn nígbà tá wà ní kékeré. Ọmọ le kéwú ló fẹ́. One of the students don't fún. Kini yen, that issue scattered that family till today. It was the man that gave them the man, the alpha, is space. So that people can be coming to pray there. That is where we used to pray when there is Ramadan in those days. We'll go and pray there. That man impregnated one of the man's daughter. Very young girl. If you are looking for most of the people who do ex abuse among children, it is among all these alpha. Very rampant among them than pastors. It is all just because they will tell people not to talk. And their mothers, the women surrounding these people that live among them, they are the kind of women that religion has eaten so deep into their brain. They will say, feel it for long. There was one that came out of recent. The girl is just 13 years old. 13 years old. I have deleted the video. I will have played it. Let me check. The girl was confessing publicly that man abused her. They covered that case up. Let me check if I can get it. It's been a while. Let me just be scrolling. They are women, the mothers of all these people. They are so deep into religion that once they tell them, they will speak some things into their brain. they will forget. That is how they will mess up those children's life. That girl was 13 years old. She was saying everything. I'm trying to scroll if I can see the video, because I remember I posted it, thinking they will arrest the man, and they say that girl is not the first. So what are they trying to make their own wife cover? They are covering their wives, but they are still looking little children. They are covering their wives, and they are doing kerewa on minors. If you are looking for people who do it, now all these are far. And then plenty pass, they do the thing. Tumbo. Onu ejin die. Onu ejin. Poda is not Islam. What is Poda? It seems you know more about Islam. Oh, you are calling an educator, Sandra. Sandra here. What is Poda? What is Poda? Is it a tradition? Is it culture? Their secret is in the open on Miss MS Baba and Oloweko platform. Okay, I will look for the pages and follow. Let me pin it so that I will remember. Okay, I will look for the platform. It's far. It's far. Sandra Hill are those ones marry children openly. Sandra Hill, sure you will call in an educators. I don't understand this one that you say Poda is not Islam. Then what is Poda? She Christian Lomboju ni. Is it Christians that cover their faces? Hello? Please kindly lower the phone. I mean the other gadgets. Hello, good afternoon. Ekaro.
What he is trying to say is a cultural thing amongst them. It's not, yes, what Nigerians have done is they have kind of taken their culture as part of the religion.
So covering of head is not Islamic.
Thing. I remember in the late 90s, while in the US, my husband woke up one morning and said that he wants me to do a leha.
America.
I told you, I said, where I come from, they don't do a leha.
In America.
If you want me to do a leha, you have to tell my parents back in Nigeria, because we don't do a leha. That was what saved me from that leha thing. Because what you cannot sustain, there's no need pretending, you know. So I just wanted to corroborate what Sandra was saying, that Buddha is not Islam. Culturally amongst the Arabs. Because that thing they wear because of the sandstorm they have over there. We don't have sandstorm in Nigeria. But you see, majority of, because in the early times when Islam came to Nigeria, we never had this transliteration of the Quran. It's always been Arabic, and people don't understand. So it's what the Afars, what the people who are supposed to know, what they tell us is what we believe. Because I remember there was a time my grandma then, when she was alive, she said, when she saw my dad car, she said, wow, so somebody can drive a car. And when she was growing up, the Afars would see people there who have bicycle. Bicycle was like the main thing then. That they would say, this bicycle, the Islam says if you have bicycle, you ride it into hellfire. You know? So the people who had the money and they had bicycle, they had to dispose of their bicycles, because that was the only for now. People are driving cars. So does it mean people are going to drive into hellfire? You know, it's just that some people are so extreme and it's just who they are.
I thought it was a Muslim thing, no?
It's a cultural thing. If you go...
So why do our people now adopt it?
That's ignorance. Now, even me, I think it was cultural because I tell people I'm a Muslim by choice. Because, like, you notice the preaching they do in Nigeria, they kind of repeat the knowledge that we already have. I tell them, why don't you go into another aspect and do a research, then preach?
Yeah.
We all preach about this, we all preach about the same thing. Why don't you do research, something we don't know? So I do my reading for myself and my kids.
They are just using that thing for control, to control women and,
Yes.
It's unfair.
Yeah, well, that's because we...
Do you know what? Some of these women are supporting them, oh. Go and see what some women are writing on my post.
You know why? Most Nigerian women, most of us are not empowered. So the trickles we get from these men would rather stay in our comfort zone, even if you are not comfortable. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's really the problem. If you ask them to leave now, you can't sustain them because even the family will say, "Oh yeah, Joko Sibe, you are going to add more to our sorrows." You know, so they will just sit there and just get the treatment that they are meted on. That's it. It's just ignorance. If you read this thing yourself, if you find out that, you know that even a verse can be interpreted different ways. Somebody will tell you that and interpret it to suit them or suit the situation that they are in. Then that same verse, when you read it when you're no longer biased about anything, you find out that it gives different interpretation. So, but you have to read it with the hadith. You know, but a lot of people...
So after So after reading Quran, you will still read hadith?
No, the Quran, the hadith is like the ways of the Prophet. It's not the Quran. But if there's a particular place in the Quran you are reading that, like this one, this kind of verse that they bring up now, there will be somewhere, one of the hadith where they will interpret it better. Because this one that you're talking about is like, it's not really beating. It's like, there's stop.
Abi?
Not necessarily bad. It's like maybe stop now. Well, bad, but not in the harsh way. That's how I understood the interpretation. Not that beating.
And
beating.
But from all Kinita Botari, everything we saw was saying smack.
But the one I have says discipline.
Okay, discipline. Okay, what does that discipline mean? Is the person your baby? Discipline in what way?
Like talking to the person. When you discipline your child, you don't have to beat the child with a rod. You can sit a child and say, the man shaking him, do you want me to be angry with you? Why don't you do this or this? You know, that's how I see it. Because Islam says the best amongst you is the person that treats the wife good. That's the best.
Okay, there is another verse. There is another verse that they quoted. Don't go yet, so let me read it to you. The dawa or something. That if a man, hopefully my phone does not misbehave. The phone has been telling me that the memory is too full, so it's been crashing. Sunnah Abi Dawood. Do you know what? Did I call it well?
Sunnah is
Sunnah Abi Dawood 2147.
Okay.
It says the prophet said a man may not be asked as to why he beats his wife. What do you say to that? I think that is inside hadith or something.
Yes, that's the hadith. That's the one I'm telling you. The hadith is what I'm telling you is the ways of the prophet. Those are people who wrote it down.
So it means he's supporting beating of a woman.
Wait, let me finish.
Hey, Egbami.
It says the hadith.
God bless you, Taiwo. Even that word discipline should not be used for your wife. Discipline ojo moli eni. Hey, Egbami.
You see that one you're talking about, that's the hadith. We have the authentic hadith and the one that are not authentic.
Okay.
People just sit down and feel this should be people just sit down and write it. They tell you, but I don't know much about the authentic and the one that are not authentic. What I focus more on is the Quran because I read the Quran for myself. You understand? I don't have like let's say a man that will say,
okay, what is the interpretation you saw concerning the Quran chapter 4 verse 34? What does the interpretation in English says to you?
The interpretation that it says to me is like when
Bami call me. No, number Timothy, no wrong.
What I was
Bami call me.
The way I can interpret now, the interpretation I have to
Joyce, you can say that
like
again.
The one I've just told you. The interpretation
tell us the English interpretation.
That's what I'm telling you. That it says, like I've explained to you, I'm just trying to express.
No, you know it says in comment alo sombe only the first time ko sọ fún ko má ṣe mọ́. Only second time after saying má ṣe mọ́, if she doesn't respond, only don't sleep with her again, punish her with sex. Abi? Abi ko sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Yeah, but how can you even sleep with somebody that you are not happy with?
Hold on. Okay. But experts will tell you, if you have issues with your partner, don't abandon the bed, because while sleeping together you can make up. So anybody I want to worry to by the time you start sleeping with that woman, that is why they are supporting polygamy, because a man that has multiple wives can abandon one because he's upset with one. Hello,
Auntie Admi, I'm not supporting polygamy.
No, we are not talking about polygamy now. We are talking about discipline. No, I want us to talk on this discipline of a thing. Where it says, I say it's three things he said. You that you are saying he said just caution her. No. The first time he says caution her. The second time he says, if you caution her, she doesn't change, abandon the bed, don't touch her. He said, if you now abandon the bed, she doesn't change, he says smack her.
Well, that's what he says there, but it's not smart. The way I interpret the discipline is more of, like I told you, almost share. I'm just using as an example because there are some things that you'll be asked. You cannot give a definition, but when you give an example, you understand it better.
The example you just gave. Okay, let's use the example of our child now, right? Our child is misbehaving. A caution, the child did not stop. Abi? The child did it a second time. What are you going to do? The third time, the child repeats it. In the external way. The child repeats it again. What are you going to do?
You can ask the child, if it's a child, why don't you stand and face the wall?
You will punish the child.
Close the door.
Okay. In other words, I want to believe because they allow marriage of younger people is one of the reasons they enact that law.
Yeah, that could be right on that.
Yes, I want to believe because they agree, they allow marrying of minor or younger people is why they enact that law that you should punish her. You should no. So it does not apply to today's marriage where women are matured before they go and marry.
Are you going to beat?
Then secondly, my darling sister, secondly, is this Quran, is it from our culture or from another culture?
It's from another culture because the Quran even tells you, the Hadith even tells you, the Prophet even tells you,
now,
do not abandon your culture. It's not easy.
Okay, now as a Muslim that you are, and you follow the way of the Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abi? Okay, the Prophet said,
I try my best.
Okay, so as a woman now that you are, they said the Prophet said a man will not be asked that a man can beat his wife and nobody dare ask the man why he's beating the wife. What do you say to that?
A man can't beat his wife.
That is what he says here. Go and check Sunnah Abi Dawood, Sunan, another word, Abi. Oh, you know where I'm talking about.
I have an what you are talking about.
Okay, when you read it, how do you feel when you read it?
I've not read it.
You've not read it?
That's Hadith. That's Hadith. Those are Hadith.
That is why I asked initially that do you support what Hadith said? Because Hadith is word of the Prophet, Abi. Just like Christians support what Jesus says.
No. There are plenty of the hadith that they have Ambal, have different Abu Hari, they have different people.
I want to believe this is one of the reasons why northern Muslims, they don't like education. They know once their women become educated, all the nonsense they do, they won't be able to do it again.
No, I told you, that's what I'm telling you. I said, because
how can you say smack your wife, discipline your wife? Ikoko lo fe ni.
That's what I was trying to tell you, that the fact that the Quran was written in a very long time, it was written in only Arabic, no English.
But once you translate, even Bible was not written in English. They've translated it, so it was written in Hebrew language.
We had this Bible much earlier than we had.
It states categorically there, bitter. Tí ó bá gbọ́ràn, lẹ́yìn tó bá fi orun jẹ ń yàtọ̀. No wonder.
Well,
no wonder. Àwọn bàbá yìí àtijọ́ yìí, they preach that thing. Orun náà fi ń jẹ obìnrin níyà.
That's what I'm telling you. They even do worse than that. So it's just unfortunate that
they do worse than what? Than beating, or which one?
No, what
Sandra, the number is pinned. You can call me. I'm waiting for you. Sandra. You can call. Sheton sister me.
Okay.
All right. Láì ṣọmọlé. Now you're picking. Can you imagine? Hello. You are on.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I was watching the program you are running now.
Okay.
So I just wanted to say the reason why they will abuse them and they marry young, even 9-10 years, the women that are not
matured.
Mm-hmm. Now, one, they marry 7 wives, for instance. So, and say, for instance, they can do it in their country where you have a Muslim in the majority. But where I am living, you can't try it.
Even here.
You will never try it.
Even here too. So, it's not allowed.
So something you cannot do outside your own territory. Why do you practice it in your own territory?
Aha.
It's totally
Can
wrong.
you see?
It's totally wrong.
That means it's something that is just done by some people. Yeah, accepted by some people, not accepted by some people. It doesn't make it legal.
Look at in the north, for instance, where we come from, Nigeria, precisely. Now, how can somebody, a father that is in the Senate or in the National Assembly, House of Rep, somebody that is about 70 or more than 60 years old, how can you go and pick up a 10-year-old child that
you want to marry?
That you want to marry. And to tell you, doesn't it look somehow in their eyes?
I don't even know how those men feel. I don't know how they feel. They are sick in the head.
Even if the thing is in that distance, don't they see that there is something wrong?
Exactly.
Can't they see that there is something wrong? If you, assuming you have a child that is 10, will you give it to a man that is 70 years old to marry?
Thank you.
What rubbish is that? So that's what I wanted us to chip in there.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. God bless.
You too.
Yeah.
If I miss your call, I'll call you back. Hello. Hello. Báwo ni bàbá mi? Ó ga.
How are you, ma?
Ó wà okay.
Yes.
Ó fẹ́ lọ pè mí sweetheart tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ bá gbẹ́ ẹ mú.
I know, right? Yes. So I wasn't expecting you today.
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, I said I wouldn't come. Yeah.
Yeah.
My program changed and I have the
wow.
time.
I was like, wow.
Oh,
My
yeah.
big auntie came through. Yes. So let's go back to the nitty gritty. Yes. So unfortunately, this polygamous family or marriage, whatever they want to call it, I can understand in Stone Age. Yes, that used to be the practice of our forefathers
in those days.
You know, whereby they have many wives and have as many children as that they can. You know, to probably help out in their farming business and all that, and in all their to support them in all their trades. But now, in this new age, this new dispensation, I don't understand why people want to continue in that practice.
It can't stop. It can't stop. But doing it right is what we should talk about.
Yeah, doing it right.
Doing it right. Polygamy cannot stop. But we can talk about doing it right. Which is a woman that wants to go into polygamy must be financially independent.
Yeah.
Don't go into polygamy if you don't have something to do to stand on your feet. So we're on the move, ni line yen lo so on lo sile. Your line is breaking. Are you on the move?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. So basically, so that's why our forefathers were doing it. And if you're gonna go into polygamous, marriage or whatever, yes, you have to be financially viable. Yeah, you have to have that. Otherwise, you are just bringing bad luck to yourself and to the children that you are raising. Because when you are long gone, the children are the ones that will feel the brunt.
Yep.
You know, I don't know. Understand
before he's gone. Before he's gone, right? Before you are
gone.
While you are still alive,
your life is in a total mess. So why would you want to dabble yourself into something that you know you cannot afford? I mean, you want to eat your cake and have it at the same time. So you want to be jumping from one woman to the next. So that's the luxury or the fun you can derive from it. At the end of the day, what about the kids that you are bringing forth to this world? So you want them to come and suffer, in poverty, and all these Muslim countries that brought all this strange religion to us. In Nigeria or in Yoruba land, if you put it that way, it's allowed in their own country. That's their own religion. That's their own custom. And unfortunately, the Nigerians are just encouraging it, and they are not thinking. They are not thinking through. They are not putting, and they just want to mess people up, And at the end of the day, the children are the ones that will suffer the most. You know, they are the ones that will suffer the most. In any polygamous home, it is never a settled environment. It is always the survival of the fittest. You know. On top of that, they will start introducing the voodoo and all that just to suppress the destiny of one person or one child, while the other one emerges or continues to climb the ladder, and the other ones are suppressed. So it's always a tug of war. So I don't see any sense in that at all, especially when you don't have this money. And why do you want to do that to yourself? Why don't you have kids that you know you can afford and save yourself from that headache that you don't really need? I mean, come on, people. We got to think things through. We can't be arrogant. We can't pretend as if you are not knowledgeable, as if we don't know our right from left. And we continue to entertain the anomalies, and we think we're having fun. There's no fun in that. There's no polygamous marriage of family that has ever produced anything good out of it.
Good one. It's not always. No, it's not totally bad, though.
Yeah, but mostly
yes. It's not totally bad. Yes. It's not totally bad. There are good ones.
Yeah, it's not totally bad, but mostly it's always bad.
Yes, you are right.
But if you're gonna go into that, you have to have money. You have to have money. You can't be messing around and think you're having fun. you know, and you're raising families that will be in disarray at the end of the day when you're long gone. So what joy you want to derive in that? I mean, I will implore all the men, you know, you have to know what you're doing. You know, stop playing, stop being dumb. Stop it. Stop it. We have to apply wisdom in everything that we do.
All right.
That's all I wanted to say in a nutshell.
Now, somebody is saying they practice it very well in New York. If you've been watching what I keep saying, I said if women are going to go into it, because of course some women will need to, I won't stop saying it, for procreation's sake, if they are financially capable, right? Not because the man is capable now, they themselves are capable to take care of the children. And if you go and look at you tried to call in? Oh, okay. Maybe while the call was going on. Can you lower the other gadgets?
Of course, some women will need to.
Hello?
Hello, can you lower the other gadgets, please?
I have.
Yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, this is just a quick call regarding polygamy in Islam. Polygamy is acceptable in Islam.
Sure.
But the conditions under which polygamy is acceptable, they're very strenuous. It says you have to be fair to each person. And it then tells you at the end of that chapter that only Allah can be equal and fair. So what it's telling me is that
indirectly
you can, but this is don't think of it lightly. Okay? Then regarding Pada, women taking Eha in Yoruba land, it is not an Islamic practice. It is an Arabic, sometimes Persian practice, where women of wealthy men do not go out and mix with the commoners. They are secluded in their homes and looked after in their homes. Islam does not prevent a woman from working. In fact, with the Prophet, with peace be upon him, his first wife was a businesswoman who was about 15 years his senior, and she was super independent. So we sometimes have to be careful when we get Islam and culture confused. I'm not saying that, all Muslims practice Islam perfectly. We don't. However, Islam is clear. That verse of beating women, like when you and your wife are in dispute, 3 things you can do. First, you tell her. Second, you withdraw from her sexually. Sorry?
Go ahead.
First, you tell her. Second, you withdraw from her. Third, you tell her again forcefully. Now, some people will say that is to beat. However, if Islam allowed you to beat your wife, women could not petition for divorce because your husband beat you, because beating is allowed. And
Come again, please.
I'm saying that verse that says daharaba, beat. Some people translate as beat. Other scholars will say, no, it's not beat. It's tell her off forcefully. Make her know what you're doing is wrong. And mind you, what the husband is trying to correct now, she was rude to me, that things that are fundamental to a home. For instance, maybe the woman is keeping friends the husband doesn't approve of, or is bringing up the children in a way that he thinks is not in the way of Islam. So it's not any small infraction. It's like a major infraction. And also gives women rights against their husbands as well. I have my own money. I'm entitled to work. I am entitled to keep my money. If I decide to use my money to look after my home, it's out of the goodness of my heart. So we have to be careful, and Auntie, I have to be honest. I know you are not that. You are quite honest when it comes to analyzing issues. But some people on the platform, which I know you didn't see, were saying things that was tantamount to Islamophobia, and I thought no. let's educate ourselves. Let's learn. You know, in this instance, this Eleha woman is pathetic. Her husband is abusive. It's pathetic. It's not Islam. It's culture that is copied wrongly.
Now, talking about the 3 ways to discipline a woman, can you analyze it for us? The first one says, put her away.
Okay. You know, and see, one thing you have to be aware of is that Islam was revealed in Arabic, and it's not even modern Arabic, auntie. It's classic
Ancient Arabic.
Like,
yeah.
You know, if we...
But you know, our people still adopt it and make it like everything has to be done the way it is said. I'm sure you know that.
Unfortunately, auntie, there's a lot of ignorance even within Islam. You know, I as a person, I am descendant of sheikhs, but we're also very Western. We also went to school. I also do not wear the hijab, and I was told, hijab your life. So Islam is open to misinterpretation, as in every other thing.
Other religion.
You know, other religion, exactly. It's open.
Number one, so we'll be able to establish, that Poda is not an Islamic thing. From what you said, I will still read about it.
Yeah,
there is more of a cultural thing.
Is a ha? It's culture.
It's more of culture.
Even in Afghanistan
I'm still.
Today, that's what the time.
Then there was something you said that a woman is not allowed to report her husband if the man beats her. Why? Or did I misunderstand you?
No. Who said that? That wasn't me.
But I thought you mentioned about beating at a point.
Yes, I said that a man is the interpretation of Islam that I know and that I have seen with sheikhs and people that are considered knowledgeable in the religion. Wife beating is a no. You do not beat your wife. That verse, that haraba, has been open to interpretation. There, I can give you an hour's lecture on that verb, you know. But the consensus is, as Muslims, we are told to emulate the Prophet, peace be upon him. There is no instance in which he beat his wife. It even says in Hadith, although I'm not a huge believer in Hadith, I believe in the Quran, it says that the best amongst you are the kindest to their wives. And a woman can petition for divorce under the Sharia because of domestic violence. If domestic violence is allowed, then it would not be a ground for divorce. So I'll say to Yoruba, honor me is a ground for divorce. So violence is not against your wife. It's not. You are supposed to treat your wife with respect.
So if you say you believe in the prophets, PBUH, if you say you believe so much, peace be upon him, yeah. If you say you believe in him so much, why don't you believe? You believe in him, right?
I believe that he's the last messenger of Allah, yes. I
do.
Do.
So the things he said before leaving, do you believe in the things he said?
What did he say?
Like, I read a place for you while we were, I read a place for every one of us where it was said that, I hope I still have it because I'm trying to, my phone is hanging, so I'm trying to delete some stuff off it now. But if I can't find it, I can still go to Facebook. Yes, I've mistakenly did. Where it was said that in one of the dawa, is it dawa or something, it said if a man beats his wife, the wife cannot report the man.
Auntie, I'm almost certain that is not authentic. Again,
it's not authentic. Can we check it out?
Okay, so Auntie, let me tell you, in Islam, the sources of our religion, the Quran, which we believe to be the word of Allah, the Sunnah, which was the behavior of the Prophet, the way he did things, and the Hadith, which is like what I would say is the Christian Bible, written in the second or third person. And this Hadith, there are science of Hadith trying to determine how authentic the Hadith is. Because remember, they cannot influence the Quran because it's very difficult to change. So where people that seek to control others go is to say, oh, Anabi Sokwe. But if he said and is incompatible with what is in the Quran and what we know to be his Sunnah, he cannot stand.
Okay.
You know, if you speak to eminent scholars of Islam, they will tell you, you are not allowed to. A marriage in Islam is a contract. So you can even say in the contract, okay, you may think you're allowed to beat me, but you can't beat me. You can't even shout at me. It's a contract. Everybody writes what they want. And if you break it, we divorce.
Okay.
You know, so I've listened to your program for years, and I'm a massive fan. But when it comes to Islam, I know
because
that
the domestic violence aspect of it is what I am more interested in. And somebody was saying the man has not done anything bad that is acceptable in the Quran, and that person put the verse. I say,
I'm sorry, whoever said
I've
that,
never
I
seen
don't
this.
have enough.
But it's there in that Quran now, Quran 434.
You can miss this. What I'm saying to you categorically.
Discipliner, abandon her bed, smack her.
Well, yes, no. These are if a woman, I don't know how to explain this to you. If a woman does something that is fundamental, okay, for instance, you have a woman who is keeping friends that you think are bad for your children, bad company. These are the things you can do. Men are supposed to be the guardians of women, not their bosses, but guardians. So the way of interpretation is that men are less emotional. They can be more stoic. These are the things you can do. You cannot exceed the bounds. It doesn't mean that you can beat your wife. It is wrong.
Now you said as a Muslim you don't believe in the hadiths. What is the difference between?
I don't.
Go ahead.
You see, the hadith, I didn't say I don't believe in the hadith. There are some hadiths that are questionable. And for you to take, yes, there are questionable.
Is it that you have many hadiths? You have many hadiths.
Sorry?
You have many hadiths. Is hadith not like Quran?
You know what? No, Auntie. Quran is different. Quran is what we call the grand norm. I'm a lawyer. It is the ultimate.
Like the Bible, ultimate book.
Yes.
Okay.
And we Muslims believe to be the word of God. So it's
like the Christian. Okay. So it's on it's what? You use the word now. I didn't hear.
Unassailable. If it's in the Quran, it is in the Quran.
Okay.
But because the Quran is in Arabic, you have to translate it. And one verse. That's why you have the Quran translated by Yusuf Ali. You have one by Muhammad Assad.
So that is the hadith you are talking of.
That is the Quran. The hadith is nothing but the sayings of the prophet.
Of the prophets. Okay. Now, inside that same Quran that you believe was where we saw this verse.
And I have explained to you that verse can be interpreted in a million.
Okay, give us the real interpretation.
The concept. Look, anti-Islam, you see, that's the thing. People don't understand the complexity of Islam.
No. That particular verse, I'm not talking about the complexity now. I'm not talking about the whole of Quran. That particular verse, give us what it means.
I've told you the interpretation that I have accepted to mean. If you meet somebody who...
Can you repeat it to us? Can you repeat it for us, please?
Yes, that if your men are the guardians of women, if your wife is behaving in a way that you find to be fundamentally questionable, here are the ways in which you can approach her.
Number one.
You tell her.
Okay.
Two, you tell her assertively. Three.
Number two again. Hold on, number two again. What do you do?
You are assertive in the way you tell her.
Assertive.
Okay? Three, assertive, like
yes, like enforce.
Don't do that.
Like enforce it. More stricter.
One is where that. Yes. Then there's another sorry, which one? I can't. I'm not Hafiz. I don't know the Quran off heart. But there's another one that says that move away from her bed. Don't have
any copulation with her.
Yes. Then the fourth one is where that word daharaba comes in. And I'm saying to you that it is such a complex word that some scholars of Islam will say to you that, well, God said you can hit. And then more scholars will say, no, you can't hit. It says, be emphatic in what you...
When will they not cheat? A man that abandons the bed for the woman definitely has an option somewhere.
No. And see, if a husband...
God bless you, Ayo. Emotional abuse, I mean emotional abuse.
No.
So, in other words, this thing is... Go ahead.
Sorry?
I said, in other words, it's encouraging abuse in every level.
No. Look, if you choose to interpret it, but you see, you cannot take that verse in isolation. You must take the verse in isolation with every other chapter in the Quran that talks about marital relations. It tells men in the Quran that you should sleep with your wife, even during Ramadan. Sleep with her at night. Don't leave her.
Let's talk about this particular one. We are more interested in this particular one because we are talking about domestic violence and domestic abuse.
I'm telling you that you can't. You see, the way the Quran is written.
Darab. Let me look at the word, the meaning of that darab. Spell that darab for me.
You can find it. It depends. It's D-A-R-A-B-A. Dahaba.
Yeah. D-R.
So D-A-R-H-A-B-A.
Oh, H-A-B-A. Daraba.
Yeah, but it's ancient Arabic. Where are you going to find it? If you find it in one context, will it be used? That's what I'm trying to say to you, that you must consider. First of all, I'm telling you that I, as a Muslim...
No, I think you told us the wrong word.
53 years, grew up in a Muslim home, never saw my father hit my mother, never heard of my uncles beating their wives. It is not permissible.
For the fact that it's not happening in your own family does not mean it is not happening.
No,
and that is why we are discussing it. And some are supporting it with Quran, and that's why we are doing this show.
If they're supporting it with the Quran, then I have to say that we should argue about it, because Islam is intellectual. If you say that God says beat your wife, then how is it that if you beat your wife, she can divorce you?
Ulagbara. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, if Islam says beat your wife, then how can she divorce you for domestic violence? I'm saying that
it is not different from the Bible too. Then that will say something somewhere in another chapter is saying something else.
They're a bit different in the sense that
it is stated clearly. I checked different translation to that particular something. Okay. It was some said smack, some said beat, some said whip. I said
whip, okay.
Order.
Which one said whip, please?
Translation. Just go and check. It was giving different meanings. They have different ones now. They use at least Toba whip you now. When you beat somebody, you are beating the person. If you smack somebody, you are beating somebody. Somebody said it's not really smacking. It's just to use something to just caution her and just hit her small. I said that is provocation. Beating is beating. Either whipping, either smacking, either caution, either you just use something to...
You are going to compare something that was revealed 1,400 years ago to the standards that are applicable today.
But they are using it today. They are using it today, yes or no?
Yes.
And
I'm saying to you that...
And you say it is the word of God, right?
I believe it's the word of God. You don't have to believe it's the word of God. For me, it is the unquestionable word of God.
What makes it the word of God?
We don't want to go into that because we're going
to
around in circles.
What makes it word of God? briefly. How do you know it is word of God?
Because there are things in it that there's no way an illiterate man in the desert would have known. There are things that science is discovering today that were written 1,400 years ago.
Was it God that wrote it?
I am a Muslim. I believe that God revealed it to the prophet. My belief, I do not impose it on anybody, and I do not expect everybody else.
What if the writer was drunk when he was writing it?
He didn't drink.
How do you know?
He didn't drink.
How do you know the writer was not drunk?
Because his biography is obvious.
His biography is obvious because you know where he was living, how he was living.
But the Arabs were not illiterate. He was.
No, it's not about whether they were illiterate or no illiterate. I said, are you sure they were not drunk when writing it? Because I want to believe it is somebody that is drunk that will say, if you talk to a woman, she's strong-headed. Caution her. If you caution her, she doesn't change. Avoid the bed. After avoiding the bed, she doesn't change. Beat her. You are saying it, they didn't say beat.
So, Auntie, I'll give you an example. If your wife goes out to steal, or she's gossiping and backbiting, and the husband feels that this is not something that should continue,
okay,
and he wants it to stop,
okay,
these are the limits. You cannot get her into the room and start slapping her left, right, and center. You cannot kick her. You cannot.
Okay, let's assume the man told him. I mean, cautioned her. The man cautioned her, stop doing this. And she repeated it again the second time. What should the man do?
You understand that it's because it's a suggestion doesn't mean it's prescribed.
Now, can I put it to you that if somebody is doing something repeatedly, that person is either not matured or that person is a baby? Could it be because they love marrying young people, minors, that this law came into being?
These are the kind of stereotypes that I have a problem with.
Stereotype as in?
Basically saying that Muslims like marrying young girls.
But they do. The strong Muslims, the real deep Muslims do.
Deep in what? What makes them deep?
The extremist. Maybe I should use the word extremist.
You see, extreme Christianity is not Christianity. David Koresh in Waco is not Christianity. The guy in Guyana is not Christianity. Neither is the Taliban Islam. We have to be careful. These faiths are supposed to help us, their philosophies to deal with life. People will look for excuses to do what they want to do. Nowhere in Islam does it say that you should. Because, for instance, you say marry a child. When you marry under the Sharia, you are supposed to understand the terms in your contract. Can a child understand?
Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Understand? If I want to marry a 10-year-old now, and I marry her under the Sharia, she doesn't.
Then kí ló tán wọn àfáà yòókù wọn á gbà kan máa fẹ́ra wọn tán condemn ẹ̀.
Auntie, because I've said to you that people can be misguided.
Oh, that yummy, so that we don't waste too much time. Thank you for your contribution. You really tried. Mo lo ẹni fún. I really twist you up seriously.
No, you didn't.
And you tried. Thank you for your patience too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity.
You're welcome. All right. All right, one or two more calls, then we stop and call it a day. So, èèyàn kan wá fẹ́ mi, I lóun fẹ́ discipline mi. Ó jẹ́ bí bàbá mi àbó jẹ́ bí ìyá mi. Ìyá mi go jẹ́ discipline mi mọ́ léjì tí mo wà yìí. Wọ́n ń sọ̀rọ̀ sọ ni tó máa sọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn farabalẹ̀ ni because wọ́n pa àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ bá mi fagídí ṣe. Hello, my brother. Ewa lórí kíní jèrè.
How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for this program. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
Sherry, màá sọ̀rọ̀ both in Yoruba and in English.
Go ahead, sir.
Idioms kan wà.
Yoruba ló máa lọ. All right, sir.
Sherry, the genesis of polygamy, how long gone?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Kálukú ló dẹ̀ fẹ́ validate tiẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Any religion that man practice ma fẹ́ validate opinion wọn because ó suit àwọn tó ń practice ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Àwọn tó wà nínú ẹ̀. Àwọn tó yìí wà nínú ẹ̀ no suit that they are validating it. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Wọ́n enjoy wọ́n validate ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Why it?
You are very, very right. Sherry, but nǹkan tí ò yé wọn ni wípé no matter how long the vices is, or you could get, or you will experience it at some point, it's inevitable. You see, people will ask you, follow no road, meaning somebody who has experienced it. Just do polls. Polls among 10 polygamists. Ask for the experience. I can guarantee you that if we are going to be factual and truthful with our testimonies, 8 of them will be full of bots. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Polygamy is the most wicked thing. It's a palace of evil, where there is distrust, mistrust, violence, suspicion, diabolic, anything you can think of. I am a victim. I said it before in your program. My daddy married 28 wives. So I can write books on polygamy. I can tell you things that if I say, people will say, no, this is Arabu. Whoever that is practicing polygamy, let me try to be soft with my verbs or adjective, is wicked, but he may not realize that he's being wicked or he's practicing wickedness until up to the 4th generation. Perhaps to so experience and look at it. Only so experience me. Okay, forget about the experience. Okay, I am not known. Look at Abiola, a known person.
God bless you.
You see, look at one is B Bakari. Polygamy. You cannot. Nobody can justify it. There are some things that are acceptable. It doesn't mean it's right. Sugar don't now. But the adverse effect, the evil thing, sugar and cause you cannot begin to explain it all. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Polygamy is a form of, in fact, is a domestic abuse found perpetrators.
The man or the woman?
Both. Now, story I enjoy it. I won't enjoy it. And that is why I tell you some of it. I won't be man defend it. Do you know one thing, that I am a counselor by the grace of God? I am a bishop by the grace of God. So when you counsel a lot of people with the experience here, you will find that the rate abusers are defending, the victim of abuse
are defend
the abusers.
Yeah.
You will begin to wonder. In fact, they enjoy it.
Stockholm syndrome.
Thank you very much. And that is why it is very dangerous. I advise people not to marry an abuse victim, because they will end up abusing you on the long run.
That's
Check
true.
the statistics.
Yeah.
Because that is the only thing they have been wired to believe, or rewired to believe. You understand? That is why you can see women defending polygamy. Let me give you one experience. And I lie not. I know somebody in Kogi. The person was close to me. The man married 4 wives. The eldest wife has been with him for almost 30 or 40 years. He married the youngest one because somewhere down the line he blew up. So he thinks he can manage 4. But sadly, he contracted HIV from the 4th one, and he gave it to all of them. That is one of the vices. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Another thing, so that if it's possible to avoid it, please I beseech you, the Bible will say, I beg you, ask a victim of abuse. They will tell you, as if that is not enough. Èmi tí mo ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, tí n bá sọ nǹkan tí ojú mi ti rí ní ayé mi fún yín, and not only me, to the extent wípé àwọn obìnrin ilé wa gan, wọn lè dúró ọkọ. Can you believe? Kàn ṣe marriage fún ènìyàn, fún obìnrin, kàn fi lé roka, kàn fi gbogbo ẹ̀, kàn fún wọn ní anything, kó dẹ̀ the next month, kóbìnrin yẹn dẹ̀ kó ilé ọkọ, kó fi gbogbo ẹrù ẹlẹ̀, kó dẹ̀ tẹ̀lé driver wọn lọ.
Ó affect wọn.
Ó wọ́n affect wọn. Even àwọn ọkùnrin tí ò bá jẹ́ àánú Ọlọ́run, ó affect wa. Psychologically, you understand? Spiritually, mentally, it affects children. Now, everybody is careful of everybody. Your mom will tell
that's
you
always
this
the
one,
case.
yellow share.
Yeah, that's always the
Yellow
case.
share.
Yeah.
It is too
It's always the
evil.
case. Yeah.
It is too evil. Tí bàbá lọ tán, tí bàbá bá lọ tán, tí generation bá survive, àwọn ọmọ kẹ́mẹ́kẹ́mẹ́ wò wọ́n. It's a pyramid that will fall. It will break at some point.
Yes.
It's not possible.
Yes.
It may not break in your lifetime.
Look at Abiola now. Ẹ wo Abiola ń sìn now. Bribe igi ẹ ti wó. With all his money.
Many.
There are many of them like that. Many. Tá a lè rántí mọ́.
Sometimes, obìnrin only avoid it, only prevent it. For example, arábìnrin kan wà tí mo mọ̀, mo ti cancel rẹ̀. When she was younger, ó ní bọ̀bọ̀ kan, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn láìké gan, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn dẹ̀ lówó. Bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn fẹ́, ṣùgbọ́n bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn sọ pé òun máa ra lé fún torí máa yẹn lówó gan. And she said no because the man was already married. She declined. Now, she was double dating another man at the same time. Because so she married the other one that was not married. Do you know, after about 3 years, the other one went and married another woman. The polygamy she was running away from, somebody imported it to her lives. I don't want to for me, but tobacco money, but married to be. I will make it to Kusim. But the second one, who imported Waba. So it is, who wants yellow jijo labor to call one. Oh, Billy, one more come over she call it. My Yakuto, one like to divide, let you more, so these are the one of the vices, and one more interview, they are people who to be in Cosfetti Yawn. So it is, you want to say Baba Banwashi, and one more my gem. You see that? Polygamy, enmity my work, will want it for life. So anybody that is advocating polygamy is not.
Wọ́n kàn tanra wọn ni àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò bára wọn ṣe tí bàbá yẹn bá kú.
No. They don't know the reality of it. They are only seeing it.
No, they know. They know, sir. You know what you said earlier? They know, but they validate it because they are inside it. You know, something that you are inside, you want people to see it as, okay. Meanwhile, you know what you are seeing inside. Me, and I don't want anybody to mention anybody's name. Of recent, there was somebody that was, you know, always singing out, talking about polygamy, you know, encouraging men to go into it. And of recent, suddenly sometimes a voicemail came out where she was saying she was going to make life difficult for the man. Where she was really insulting the man, insulting the other wife, Tobanile. And you want to tell me, even though they still pretend like everything is over, you want to tell me that everything is okay.
It can never be okay, even when it seems like it's okay.
It will leave
bad residue.
Kò tí pẹ́, and instantly, wàhálà ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ ti jọ ń búra yín, ẹ ti ń attack ara yín.
Polygamy.
Ẹ wá náà bá yín parí ẹ̀, irọ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀.
Whoever that is validated,
irọ́ ni. There is no woman tó fẹ́ pé méjì.
Polygamy. Polygamy.
You know, our parents used to say, our forefathers and our parents used to say, a polygamous home is equal to a mental facility.
Yes.
You thought they don't know what they were saying. Ṣebí àwọn là ń náà sọ wípé they supported it, they encouraged it, they did it. Why can't we do it? They call it a mental institution.
Let me tell you personal experience. My mommy gave birth 9 times. Out of the 9 times, she gave birth to twins 3 times. Our Mary, Luku. So you see, mẹ́ta ni wá o. But mo jí sọ pé Mary, èyí tó jẹ́ ìkẹrin, when he was around 12, ìkànnú àwọn ìyàwó bàbá mi rán kó lọ ra ráìsì. Ó ń bọ̀. Ó ti fẹ́ dé iwájú ilé ní mọ́tò kan gbà tó kú.
Wow.
So àwa mẹ́ta. She understand what I'm saying. Àwọn tó ń sọ polygamy wọn mọ̀ ó tán sọ ni. Ṣé rí gbogbo ọmọ ìyá mi pátápátá? Gbogbo ọmọ ìyá mi pátá a ní kinní kan tó dẹ̀ ṣe gbogbo wa. Right from the firstborn of the family. Torí ìyá mi ni firstborn. Tó bá fẹ́ wọ classroom báyìí, ó máa dàbí pé school yẹn máa ṣí lé lórí ni. The second one, the same thing. Èmi gan náà, the same thing. I'm telling you practical experience. Ẹni bá sọ polygamy tó ń bá mọ polygamy, wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Polygamy lè ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ báyìí. Kò sí nǹkan tó yíwò tó gálàsì ṣùgbọ́n gan ni.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Àwọn ọmọ tó bá jáde nínú ẹ̀.
Náà lè sọ nípa ẹ̀, God bless you.
Kò sí bá a ṣe máa.
Another way, my brother, we can't rule it out in all totality. Another way that it can be done. Number one, ẹ má jọ gbé pọ̀. You can, ẹ má jọ gbé pọ̀. Number two, if you are a woman, you find yourself in it. Just assume yourself as somebody that o kàn ní bàbá ọmọ. Ìyẹn ò ní kó ṣe ṣekúṣe o. Not as if you're going around though. Then you will limit association with the other wives. Gbogbo wọn kàn tọra wọn ni. But at the end of the day, the man will suffer it. Ọkùnrin ló máa ń jẹ ìyà ẹ̀. Àwọn obìnrin yẹn kọ́ náà ń jẹ ìyà, ọkùnrin ló máa ń jẹ ìyà polygamy at the end of the day. Àtàwọn ọmọ, yes. Àtàwọn ọmọ, yeah. Especially the younger children. Especially the younger children.
Kò dá ní tí èèyàn bá lè sá fún, kó sá fún. Kó sá fún, kò ní correction. The only correction is abstainism. Just abstain from it. Torí kò kí ló wà nù ẹ̀? Obìnrin kan gan ò lè obìnrin kan bá gbé fún ẹ pé ókè kẹtì ẹ ṣeré kíní ọkùnrin ló máa sùn náà ó sì pé àbí tó bá kàn pretend fún ẹ.
Àwọn obìnrin yẹn gan they are not even happy in it. Wọ́n máa manage ni. They are not always happy. Wọ́n wà happy. Wọ́n kàn manage. But wọ́n á gba kádàrá. Ẹ dúró. God bless you. Let me quickly show us. Ẹjọ́ lé ní ìjà lọ́la tẹ̀sán yẹn máa kúrò lórí line o. Ẹ jẹ́ fi fídíò kan wá. Kí gbogbo wa fi rẹ́rìn. This ẹjọ́ lé ní ìjà lọ́la tẹ̀sán. So on this video, they said King Solomon every morning after marrying 700 wives. Ẹ gbọ́. Ṣé ti rí fídíò yẹn? Máa yẹn ń sùn. Ó ń sùn làwọn ìyàwó bẹ̀rẹ̀ wàhálà.
Nínú ọmọ bàbá mi tí ọ̀n bá ya wèrè nínú wọn at least bíi mẹ́rin á ti ya wèrè.
Wow.
Polygamy làwọn èèyàn fi ń ṣeré báyìí.
Wow.
Wọ́n mọ tán pé polygamy ẹni máa sọ kó lọ wọnú polygamy kan dé experience. Polygamy Jésù.
Ẹni tó kàn ló mọ̀.
Polygamy ọmọ mi àdí arìndín.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Bàbá olówó ni mò ń sọ yìí o.
You are not lying. Ṣé báwa náà la mọ àwọn kan? I know a particular family. Kábíyèsí. Ilé olórogún. Maybe these days that they don't live together might be a bit different. That is why if a woman is going to it, have your money. Ọkùnrin yẹn ló máa jẹ ìyà, not the women. Ọkùnrin yẹn ló máa jẹ ìyà later. Just make sure you have your money. Ọkùnrin yẹn number one. Owó bá rojọ́ ń bí tí yẹn complain tó lọ sọ́dọ̀ kejì. Ìyẹn náà ti dẹ́jọ́ tó ti kó léde. Nípa àwọn ọmọ, nípa rẹ̀, nípa business. By the time he's going back to the third one, that one is ready too with her own problem. Òun ló fẹ́ gbé wàhálà yé. Ẹgbẹ́ òní kẹ́nìbọ̀dì má ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Just imagine it this way. Only you. Somebody is pulling you your right hand.
Another
one is pulling your left hand. Another one is pulling your leg. Another one is pulling you from the head.
It's not for faint-hearted, my brother. Hey. It's not for faint-hearted, though.
They are, because everyone wants attention.
Ṣẹ́gbọ́n.
Polygamy. Yes.
Ẹ ṣé gan sà.
Nínú àwọn tó máa fẹ́, wàá fẹ́ àjẹ́ o. Wàá fẹ́ ọmọ oṣù, wàá fẹ́ ọmọ babaláwo. Wàá fẹ́ ọmọ pastor olúwo. Wàá fẹ́ oríṣiríṣi.
Wàá máa da gbogbo ẹ̀pọ̀, everything will jam in your body.
Polygamy. God bless you, Daddy.
Ẹ ṣé gan bàbá mi. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you for this program.
Yes, sir. Anyway, I just stop. Nobody should call me again. I didn't want to do more than 2 hours. I did 2.5. I'm not saying don't practice it too. But if you are practicing it, it's better you practice inside where you can drive limo. Like they will say, it's better to cry in a limo than to shake in a kinekon. Go and practice it where ìyàwó ní jẹ́, where you will not suffer. You will not suffer financially. You will not suffer emotionally. Because either you like it or not. Look at Nendu Woko and Regina Daniels of recent. They just made up. They just made up. They were fighting when Nendu Woko went to meet Laila. Regina nearly crazy on social media. Now, so they abuse people. They post every day. They abuse people. Now they have reconciled. She's gone back to him. Laila now, wherever she is, she's licking her own wound too, despite the money. So you have to be ready emotionally. Psychologically, it will affect you. If it's affecting you emotionally, psychologically, don't let it affect you financially. Don't let it affect you in a way where at the end of the day, the man will still beat you. Yes, they have reconciled. The man will still be beating you. Look at Regina own. She's only suffering emotional trauma and psychological trauma and sexually trauma. Those are the things she's suffering. When Edunwoko is with the other man, with the other woman, remember Regina has been taken to swear. Another man cannot climb her. She's not the wife of a poor man. Even some poor man say, if you go do kerewa with them, you feel payment from there, or the man will climb you feel payment. So she maintained. She was only throwing tantrums on social media. That was how we got to know that the man has put her on suspension for that period. Even the car she's using to post, they say the car is not in her name. The car is on Nedunwoko's name. You will be shocked that the Nedunwoko that you think is a billionaire, that you think Regina is going to inherit a lot from, by the time the man is going, she might not even inherit much. So if she just wise, let her be getting some things and be keeping it. And I want to believe she has a mother that will be telling her, she be like the mama push him to go and marry the man. It's all okay. It's okay. I'm not against her marrying the man. The man is taking care of her. Oh, no problem. But it will now be worst. You, no tata, no nyanya. You now want to go and enter polygamy. You are expecting that polygamy will rescue you from financial distress. You are expecting that same financial man will rescue you from financial distress, rescue you from emotional distress, psychological distress, and the man will not be stressed. He will be stressed because you have increased his load. Yes, he asked for his load to be increased. He agreed you should come and increase it. You increase his load, so any little thing, if he give you slap. So for those that are saying there is no abuse inside polygamy, now we know there is serious abuse. They are only covering it. Shame, no, they agree many of them to come out and talk. And it's because of how they see themselves already that is either this man or nobody will call them again. They will go for the man, and they have seen the man as their all in all. So anybody that will choose to be second, third, fourth wife, they already downgraded themselves already and will accept anything and everything. I am not saying it is not okay. It is okay. So even if the man is abusing them, it will not be easy for them to come out and say, I no want to do again. Because of how they went into the place already in the first place. They saw the man as everything and everything. Nobody is saying don't do polygamy. But this kind of polygamy is a yeye polygamy. And as for this guy, this woman, they said TikTok people are already trying to help her. So it's closed on our page. And I hope it will not open door for more people to be saying my husband is abusing me. Like I'm coming from a polygamous home. We are only encouraging these women. Ẹ jẹ́ kán lọ wáṣẹ́ ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ kán lọ wáṣẹ́ ṣe. Àtẹ̀lé ọwọ́ ọ̀yàn ni ò kí ń tọ̀yàn jẹ. We have seen so many of these women tó contribute to fún. Nothing comes out of it. Ṣójó ń rọ̀ ni. Òjò fẹ́ rọ̀. Nothing comes out of it at the end of the day. Ẹni tí ò mọṣẹ́ ṣe, ìyẹn bá mọṣẹ́ ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, they are supposed to have work before they marry. And such women, sometimes after giving them the money, they will say the man has come back. He has come to beg. And on this note, so that I can come later again. Okay, again, lọ sinmi díẹ̀. Ọ̀la ni mi ní ráyè. Since the way pé mo ti fẹ́ ní ṣe nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ ṣe. So, let me rest a bit. If it is possible, I will come out. Kó tó di pé ilẹ̀ ṣú. If not, ǹjọ́ tẹ́ bá rí mi, lẹ rí mi. The woman who decides to go into a man who has a wife and still went ahead, she's a FOOL. My darling sister, ẹni tí kò kó ẹ̀ bá lọ, tó bá yè, no máa sọ pé ó mọ̀ lọ. Some people don't have choice, like I said earlier. Like some people don't have choice. Age is not on their side anymore. They need to start having children, and they see a man. Tó bá jábúrò wa, let's be honest. And that's why I'm not ruling it out. If they are your sister, real talk, like we page you. So let's start on reality. Your sister of 45 years old saw a man doting on her. Ìwọ̀nba tó ní ó ń ṣe fún, ó múnú ẹ̀dùn. And that your sister has never been married, does not have children. You will tell her not to try the man. We will tell her, bó jẹ́ yọ̀kan, bó jẹ́ gbà, bó jẹ́ farasílẹ̀. Àbí, ọjọ́ máa ń lọ. That's what we will tell her. Time is going, even if it is 1 or 2. At least you have your job. We will be the one to even encourage her. Say you have your job. Don't just don't pack into his house. Èmi ò like irọ́. Èmi like reality. Mi ò like irọ́. Kórí kan forí pípé ṣe ni tó bá dojú ẹ̀. Bó ṣe èmi máa ṣe, bóyá tí n bá bára mi ńbẹ̀, mi tí bára mi ńbẹ̀. Bó bí ṣe wà yìí, èyàn kan ò lè fi praise God away. People are just getting to know the other way, and we have been saying it, that there are so many ways you can have children now, even if there is no man. Even before you get to 45, 45 ti ń pẹ́ fóbìnrin. Before you get to 45, that's all the things we are saying now. But we are just looking at in a situation where some people find it's not everybody that will have money for all these things you are talking. Surrogacy is about 10 million, 8 million. IVF is not that cheap anymore. It's not everybody that can afford it. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wà realistic. It's not everyone that can afford it. It's not everyone that can afford it. Let's be realistic here. Some people will find themselves there. Doing it right is what is more important for women. Doing it right is for them to have their job. If you have your job, because even if you go and do IVF, is it no money you take to take care of the child? If you go and, even if you marry, let's assume the person now sees somebody to marry. The person, the guy, your sister at her age see to marry is not really up to her level. You will not say because the guy is not rich for her to leave the man. You will say manage him, right? You will look at her age. Say manage him. Join hands together and see if you can do things together and see you are body duro, especially if she has gone through so many disappointments in life. Really talking about some bio. We are not talking about what God cannot do does not exist. Hero. Now, dear, plenty women, plenty where husband know their wife know they because they are not living reality. They are lying to them that even if at 50 husband will come, we are not doing that here because there are so many 60-year-old virgin inside deeper life today. Now, so they hold them down. Some of them don't clock 70. No husband, no children. I'm not trying to mock them. It's just the reality for the younger ones to learn from. Some people can afford IVF. Some people can afford surrogacy. Some people can afford Adoption, I think adoption is even, you have to be a couple before you can do adoption in Nigeria. You have to have a husband or a wife. So all those things does not come that easy. The only one that comes easy is to have a man that is in, Omuele, how are you? Bekini wa, tejon shere, tejon wole, tejon wode. Tó bá wá kiki, if a man play the ball, he enter, Olúwa ṣeun. Àjẹmọ́nú ti ẹnìyẹn. O, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, mo rohun mú bọ̀, ẹja ọsàn. Mo rohun mú bọ̀ bí mo gbé ń jó kiri, méjò lásán. God's woman blog. If she do am, you go kpai am, abi? Make she go adopt. Now you go tell a fruit go adopt, wetin she go do? If she no tell you before she get belle, you go say make she go comot the belle. You people like to command deceive ara yin. A full grown adult. You no see Ejiro wey be 42. Now husband carry am go where she go and pikin matter. When our brother come and say, we dey look for Ejiro come and say, make them shut up. What are you saying? Ejiro say she's not a baby. She's above 18. If she sell her property, wetin consign them. So you go tell your full-grown sister, wetin she go do for her life. If she carry belle come, brother, I don't get belle. She can't tell you, say who get belle? He say na one man. Na single abi marry. He say I get wife, but I no disturb in house. You go tell your sister, make you go collect the comot the belle. And the belle don't reach like this before you see am about to born. If she born finish, now you go give that pikin special name. Special beautiful name. You say this one is my Adama. Ada yo. Adama ipeke iya. Now you go give the pikin a special name. Say at last my sister born pikin. You go forget say now somebody get. Now you later you feel come tell and say let this man go. She said he say she no want the man again and she don't born pikin. Now so Emma Jatonrawa, it dey happen well. Until I come again, if I feel come, I will come. Bye. See ya. On this page, na real talk where they share in our life, in our society. Where we dey talk, make we know they lie to ourselves. Bye bye. We call flavor.